Jobs and Salary Report 2017. Please welcome our next presenter, Senior Marketing Manager of Seek Asian Philippines, Ms. Rowena Chelos Manza.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Happy New Year! Okay, thank you to our friends from the media. It's good to see you again. Yung last na nagkita tayo was for the Job Street Overseas Job Happiness Index report. So we thank you again for coming this morning. We would also like to welcome our family from the POEA. Thank you again for gracing and agreeing to be part of this event. Okay? I think this is a very opportune time to hold the jobs and the salary report for overseas jobs from work abroad, because historically in January, this is the time when the highest deployment. To share this news with intending overseas Filipinos. But basically this morning, our report will attempt to answer three things. So number one, what are the top deployment countries? Or aling mga bansa po ba ang pinakamaraming job opportunities for overseas Filipinos? Number two, ano po ba yung mga jobs na available? And what are the most in demand? Ipapakita din po ng report approximately what the salary range is for these job roles and specializations. And finally, from among all of these jobs, which ones are the most lucrative or which ones have the highest salary? So we move forward with the report. Okay. So in terms of the top 10 countries of deployment, we see that Saudi Arabia is still the top deployment destination abroad, with 54.19% of the jobs coming from this country. This is followed by other Middle East countries, Qatar, UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain and Oman, then followed by the United States, and finally the Asian countries, New Zealand, Malaysia. 85% of all overseas jobs that have been posted with work abroad. We move to the picture for the Asia Pacific. Okay? So the most in-demand specializations are, well, the same general work, engineering related, but this time we have a demand for manufacturing and production operations. So ano-ano po itong mga job roles na ito? Again, engineers that earn within the range of 55 to 60,000. For the skilled, we have carpenters, domestic helpers, and caretakers, and they earn within 30 to 35,000. Engineering related, we have technician and technical operators that earn within, again, 35,000 to 45,000. So nandiyan po siya sa range ng 30 to 40,000. And then for manufacturing and production, we see a demand for factory workers, production and machine operator, and welders. And again, they earn within the range of 30,000. Okay? And in both regions, we see that the demand is really in the skilled sector. We move forward to the third region, and that is the US. It's the same specializations that we see in the US, which are engineering related, general work, and food and beverage and restaurant service. The difference is that this demand is really sea-based opportunities. So majority of these are sea-based jobs. For professional, we have ship engineers, chief mates, and ship masters. So ito po yung mga kapitan ng barko, no? And ship engineers. And they earn a high range from 63,000 to almost 100,000. For general work, there is a need for electricians, fitters, and able seamen. And for food, beverage, and restaurant service, we have demands for cooks, waiters and waitresses, and stewards. And they earn within 40 to 50,000. Okay. Now, the next part is the more exciting part, which is the high salary specializations. Ito naman po, how do we take a look at this report? So yung x-axis po natin, or yung horizontal, is a view of the specializations. While the y-axis, yung ating vertical, is the view of salary. So the higher in the box, the higher the salary. So ang makikita po natin, for the Middle East, the highest paid specialization is really healthcare practitioners. And the highest paid healthcare practitioners are pediatricians. And they can potentially earn up to 85,000. Okay? Susunod po dyan ang general doctors, orthopedic doctors, dental hygienists, dentists, dermatologists, nurses. So outside of the doctors, we now have the nurses that can earn up to 65,000, veterinarians that can earn up to 60,000. And then it's followed by science-related and process design specialists. So chemists can earn up to 60,000, and engineers can also earn up to 60,000 pesos. Okay. Next is for Asia Pacific. In Asia Pacific, ang pinaka-well-paid naman po na specializations are engineers and IT practitioners. And they can earn within the same range, 55 to 60,000. Next is the healthcare practitioner or the nurse that can earn up to 50,000. This is followed by skilled specializations, technicians, mechanics, and operators. Okay. And finally, for the USA, the highest paid specializations are engineering related. So of course, yung pong ating mga kapitan ng barko will be the highest paid. So the shipmaster can earn up to 100,000. The chief engineer also around the same range, and the chief officer around 90,000. This is followed by the nurses that can potentially earn up to 80,000. And then the ship roles, within the engineering related, and finally general work requirements on board, which can potentially earn up to 60,000. So actually, pag tinignan po natin ito, we know that across all regions, the engineers are highest paid. But what we can see here is that US deployed and within the engineering-related specialization actually earned the most at 90,000. Whereas in other regions, the highest potential of earning is around 60 to 65,000. May kita din po natin dito yung nurse is highest paid in this region. See, for example, in Asia Pacific, the highest potential is 50,000. In Middle East, they earn around 65,000. But in the US, they are paid 80,000. So it's the same thing din po for the electrician. For example, the electricians in the other regions earn around 30,000. But if they are US deployed on board, they can earn up to 65,000. So from this report, we can actually see that the US is the highest paying country of deployment based on the work abroad jobs and salary report. No? So again, yung report po namin is based on job ads data posted within work abroad, and the agencies are POE licensed agencies as well. Okay. So taking a look at the report, what are the headlines? Okay. So Saudi Arabia remains to be the top country of deployment and has the most number of jobs. Majority of the demand are for the skilled sector. But if we take a look at the professional sector, engineers are the most in demand. And finally, the highest paying specializations are engineering related, healthcare related, and IT. So this is the complete report of Work Abroad's Jobs and Salary Report. I will now turn you over to Paula to close with a few tips that we have for
That's it, guys. So do follow and share my YouTube channel, Jolaris1000, and my social media is Instagram, there is a 113, Twitter at Jolaris, and do follow my blog, www.orisagarcia.com. So till next time.